the most expensive house in the world.
Whoa, I bet you it'll be like a nice big residential home, right?
It's probably my house that I
Oh.
bought. I didn't tell you, but we actually have been making millions off of YouTube, and I bought a 10-story building to make my house.
A 10-story building. Where is it?
It's in the middle of a massive city,
Oh, which city?
a big Indian city,
Oh, interesting.
and it's really ugly.
Oh, well, we're gonna be watching a video on the most expensive house in the world. We might know a little bit about this, but we don't know like a lot. So
Have we seen it before? Maybe.
maybe go check out our vlog channel. You can see maybe why we maybe have seen that, because we went to go celebrate Holi in India.
Link in the description below in the pinned comment, and guys, check it out. They're epic. Let's get into this most expensive house in the world.
That's probably pretty expensive.
Yeah,
The most expensive home on the
that
planet.
thing's ugh.
In
It
the
is
inner
odd.
city of Mumbai, India, not far from the poverty-stricken slums, on the renowned Altamont Road,
I don't like this
stands
voiceover.
Antilia,
ultimate
the most expensive home ever created. This
Oh,
home
yeah.
ascends 27 stories, stretching
27
568 feet high,
Oh.
granting the massive structure with prime views of the Arabian
like the
Sea.
third
In
tallest
technical
building in that
terms,
section.
the home is the second most expensive residential property in the world. Considering
Second?
Buckingham Palace is
Oh.
worth around $5 billion US.
Oh.
However, Buckingham Palace is considered a crown property, whereas Antilia is a private residence.
Antilia,
And the most
that's quite the name.
expensive private residential property at that, with some pricing estimates as high as $2 billion.
$2 billion
any
for
list
that?
In which a residence is
So you can build a stadium for what, $1 billion, and then that's $2 billion.
I would just build a stadium for my house at that point,
At least you'd be making cash. You could just sleep in the middle of the field every night.
and it can be like a concert when I sleep.
Oh,
preceded by Buckingham Palace pretty much guarantees that place is going to be over-the-top luxurious and is
Oh,
likely
yeah.
a house I'd love to move into. In this video, I'll
don't know
take
if I
you
would
on a
love to move into
virtual,
that, to be honest.
informative tour of
it
this
sucks to have to go
ostentatious
vertical all the
estate
time.
while engaging all of 2 of your senses. In this massive home, there are several ceilings that are double or triple heighted, so the 27th
Is that like an actual
home,
building
there are
picture from it? Because that's like very impractical, the amount of storage space.
yeah. I don't know how many of these pictures are going to show are
are
actually going
several
to be
ceilings
the
that
house.
are double or triple heighted, so the 27-floored skyscraper looks more like a 50 or 60-floored building. Can you imagine only being as tall as an ordinary 27-floor building? Laughable. On some of the lower floors, there is a multi-level car lot that can hold 168 vehicles, including
Oh, yeah?
Mukesh's precious RS5 Craw Maybach, a car
Don't know
for
what that
very
is.
important people. Somewhere in that car lot is also a car service station. But if cars aren't your style, don't worry. The home also
Yeah, cars
has
aren't
3
my style.
helipads placed on the roof.
That's
Few
more like
things
it.
say billionaire like more than one helipad on the roof. Both the private car lot and helipads are violations of residential bylaws in Mumbai, but from what we can tell, no one has
If you saw that guy,
forced the
you wouldn't think, yeah, that's one of the richest people in the world.
He decided to build a massive house.
Yeah.
billionaire's hand to make any changes. Above the car lot, you'll find an extravagant lobby composed of 9 elevators. Further up is a 2-story recreation center with a lap pool, a gym, a juice bar, a dance studio, and a yoga studio.
This is definitely just
Floors
random
like these are
pictures.
how Jeff Bezos transformed his I Sell Books
You also won't see Jeff Bezos and be like, yeah, that's one of the richest guys in the world.
You'd be like, oh, he's
Or Elon
Interesting.
Musk, you'd be like, oh, that looks like a kind of like a League of Legends nerd. And then he's like, yeah, I'm super rich, guys.
got a very blocky head.
Yeah.
to his I sell what I want physique. As you continue to ascend, you will eventually run into a spa
Interesting shot.
and a ballroom. The ballroom is adorned
hotel
with
for
multiple crystal chandeliers that cover 80% of the ceiling, leaving a shameful
Wow.
20% exposed and unadorned. To capitalize on the entertainment focus areas of the home, there's a movie theater that sits 50 viewers. There are multiple balconies and terraces with luscious gardens hanging over the sleek facade along the home. The
Nice.
vegetation attached to the sides of the building are meant to absorb
Do
sunlight.
British people call it a facade instead of a facade?
I guess.
in order to keep the interior
Aluminium.
as clean as possible. Hopefully that touch can put a dent in what must be a monstrous electricity bill.
Yeah.
As if all this luxury wasn't enough of an escape from the hot, busy streets of Mumbai. The home comes fitted with an ice room equipped
What
with
the
a snow
heck?
generator, meant to mimic a winter wonderland, a creative addition rivaled only by the likes of Willy Wonka. The immaculate structure was designed by architects Perkins and Will out of Chicago, and the interior design was overseen by an Australian company called Lighton Holdings. While the 400,000 square foot building is home to just 6, it's also meant to make room for a staff of 600 cooks, cleaners, and security personnel.
Oh, okay.
So
He did a long pause after he said cooks. He has 600 cooks. Cleaners.
that makes the
It takes
size
a
of the
while to
mansion
make
less
curry, all right?
Right? I double-checked that stat, by the way, and I can confirm 100 staff per family member. The building is
All right.
named after a legendary island, also called the Isle of the Seven Cities. The tale of this island originates from an old Liberian legend in which bishops fleeing from the Muslim conquest of Hispania escaped to an island and created 7 settlements there. There's not much else on that fun fact, and no one seems to know why the owners of the home took to that fabled island. But that's the thing
They
with
know
being
something.
a billionaire.
They do.
No one questions your decisions. Considering
Really?
the unique shape of the skyscraper and the fact that its construction cost not 6, not 7, not 8, but 10 figures, it'd be a fair assumption to
Is that the
presume
guy that billionaire? Is that the guy whose daughter just got married and then all the rich people came to his wedding or their wedding or whatever? I don't know. Some rich Indian man had their daughter married or something. I don't
the
know.
design of the home is symbolic, or at least, on purpose. And that assumption would be correct. This incredible structure was meticulously crafted with Hindi influence and generously laced with religious symbolism. Within the 27 stories,
Oh,
there
I see a
are 6
W.
sections of the home that are meant to reflect earth, water, fire, air, sound, and light. These
Okay.
elements were
I guess those are Hindu now.
Yeah, you know.
Those things are only in India, I guess.
Avatar.
That's true. True. And sound and light benders. How do those work?
Yeah.
placed from bottom to top as to mimic not Nickelodeon's Avatar, The Last Airbender, but
Oh!
the ascension to enlightenment. Throughout the mansion there are 2 reoccurring motifs, the sun and the lotus. These symbols are meant to represent rebirth. The materials used to stand for these themes include marble, crystal, and none other than Mother of Pearl. There is a temple in the
Mother
home
of
in which
Pearl.
the family of 6 goes to pray regularly. There are many
have their own
statues of
temple.
Hindu deities throughout the home, including the Hindu god Ganesh, revered as the remover of obstacles, and Shiva, the Hindu deity who destroys to make way for new creation. Along with religious themes and the motifs of lotus and sun, the house is said to have been inspired by the Atlantic Ocean. The owner of the $2 billion home
Why
is
isn't it
Mukesh
water then?
Ambani, a petroleum titan, chairman of Reliance Industries and,
Oil.
surprise, surprise, the richest man in India. Mukesh is responsible for 1/5 of India's exports, which is absolutely outrageous.
A fifth?
Of the, I don't know when this video is from, but of the 6th richest country in the world, he's responsible for 1/5.
Are we getting monopoly territory at that point?
No, I bet you there's probably 2 or 3 other people that are way less influential than him.
That also do the same.
Yep.
Jeez, a fifth.
Considering India makes up for 1/3 of the Earth's
Hey, we
population.
saw that building.
Yeah, we
Mukesh's
did.
father
train
created a
station, I
business
think.
that turned into the world's biggest producer of polyester fibers and yarns. Mukesh multiplied his inheritance many times over to become one of the richest men in all of Asia.
I liked that little tidbit they added there. Inheritance.
Multiplied his inheritance.
Interesting. Okay, good to know.
For years, Mukesh was a member of the top 10 richest people in the world. And during one surge in India's stock market in 2007, he was believed to be the richest man on the planet. But as of recently, he sits comfortably at the 20th spot.
What a
Mukesh
weird
is-
world we live in where numbers on a computer can go up.
And then he's all of a sudden just the richest man for a while, and then he'll just go back down to 20.
What a weird world. It's definitely not going to last that long. something's going to go terribly wrong with the system we have. I don't know if it'll be in decades or centuries, but that it cannot last the way it's going. It can't.
Worth 40.1 billion US dollars and is 61 years old. Did someone ask for a list of the richest people on the planet? Okay, here it is. Number 1, Jeff Bezos, Amazon. Number 2, Bill Gates,
I don't have Elon
Microsoft.
on here, so it's a bit old.
Number 3, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway. Number 4, Bernard Arnault, Louis Vuitton. Number 5, Amancio Ortega, Zara. Number 6, Carlos Slim Helou and family. Number 7, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook. Number 8, Larry Ellison, Oracle. Number 9, Larry Page, Alphabet, co-founder of Google. Number 10, Charles Koch, Koch Industries.
I believe
Nice.
it's Coke.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Number 11, David Koch. You guessed it, Koch Industries. Number 12, Sergey Brin, Google. Number 13, Michael Bloomberg, Bloomberg. Number 14, Ma Huateng, Tencent
we could have done
Holdings.
this
Number
faster.
15, Jim
This has
Walton,
been the most boring
Walmart.
part
Number
of the video.
16, Rob Walton, Walmart. Number 17, Alice Walton,
Ah, the families.
Walmart. Number 18, Steve Ballmer, Microsoft. Number 19, François Bettencourt Myers and family, L'Oreal. Number 20, and our guy, Mukesh Ambani. We just love lists here at Mr. Luxury. As you might have noticed from the list,
they show Mark
Mukesh is
Zuckerberg?
one of only
Oh.
2 individuals from Asia to earn a spot on the list. Mumbai
Wow.
is the commercial capital of India and is also called the city that never sleeps because I guess they didn't know that slogan was already taken. This city is also home to the entertainment industry in India, so it's commonly known as Bollywood, yet another thing they ripped from the United States. While the city is home to the world's most expensive house, it's unfortunately also home to the world's largest slum. The popular film Slumdog
Disparity.
Millionaire was set in Mumbai. The public reception of the house's creation has been harsh at best. I believe offending neighbors comes standard when you're creating a home worth over $1 billion, but there is certainly warrant for any offense taken in this particular case, I must admit. While the house was built on the richest stripe of land in the city, it's hard to not notice the contrast in a city like Mumbai, with such depths of poverty just blocks away. Gyan Prakash told the New York Times in 2010 that the home is in a way reflective of how the rich are turning their faces away from the city. In Mumbai, 40% of children under the age of 5 are underweight. The gap between the rich and the poor is as stark and vast here as any other place in the world. Still, there are some that bring up the charitable acts of the Ambani family, which include the creation of a hospital, when discussing the moral responsibilities of the family.
I have a feeling their house was more expensive than that hospital.
And I wonder how much profit that hospital can turn. And I don't know how Indian taxes work, but that might have been a tax write-off too.
It probably was. Yeah, true. Interesting. And I wonder if it... So they built the hospital. I wonder if... I don't know how India healthcare works. You can
Yeah,
let
I
us
don't
know if that's like public or private or how it works. But interesting.
Not to mention numbers of the philanthropic ventures, specifically by Nita Ambani, Mukesh's wife. Which is great and all, but no one is going to ignore the gargantuan mansion towering over the city, or any of Mukesh's indulgences other than the mansion. Years before the creation of Antilia, Mukesh bought his wife an Airbus for her birthday for $60
What?
million. He had the passenger jumbo jet refitted with a living room, a bedroom, satellite TV, a sky bar, and a spa. Unlike most families worth billions, the Ambani family owns just the one home as opposed to the expected several around the globe. Initially,
$2
the family
billion
shared
home.
a house with Mukesh's mother and brothers. But after Mukesh's father passed away of a stroke, he decided to break the bank on the 400,000 square foot home. The children of Mukesh and Nita all studied at universities in the States. Isha, the eldest daughter, recently graduated from Yale. Her twin brother, Akash, and younger brother, Anat, Both graduated from Brown University. Not that I'm in any position
Congrats
to
to
judge
them.
Mukesh as a father, but it's nice to see he raised 3 Ivy Leaguers. That's pretty
Wow.
much all I've got on Antilia and the Ambani family. As always,
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a point where you got to say, how much money is too much money?
It's like something that would be like, this is like a situation where it'd be like a cool movie. You're like, oh wow, some rich person and then some crazy event happens. But the fact that it's real life is like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's our takeaway from the video. If you expected us to be like, wow, good job, India, rich. Person in India is rich. That means India is an amazing country. And we're not saying India is a bad country, but we're saying extremely rich people is not necessarily the best thing.
Usually, if a country has a lot of extremely rich people, it means that there's a lot of wealth disparity in that country, like the U.S.
Yeah, just wait. There's going to be comments freaking out about us. They're like, well, in your country, this happens.
We
That is
know.
true.
We know.
That is true. That's the point. That's why we have this viewpoint.
Vast majority of all the wealth goes to a very few amount of people in the U.S., and a lot of people are struggling because prices keep going up, and all those wealthy people keep increasing the prices for their products, and everything's just getting harder for the normal peeps.
McDonald's in India is more expensive than a lot of the food you can get around. But, I mean, in the U.S., you're spending like $20 on a meal, $15 on a meal at McDonald's. So think about that.
Somehow prices are going up, and quality of anything is staying exactly the same or getting worse.
That's
So,
crazy.
At least India's like improving, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully they do that and don't go for this situation.
And hopefully this family makes a second hospital.
5 hospitals.
7, 8, 9, 10 hospitals.
Every hospital in Mumbai should be renovated by this family at this point. If they got 1/5 of the country's,
Yeah, true. So if they have 1/5, I mean, that's not 1/5 of their economy, but 1/5 of their exports, that's probably a good chunk of their economy. So he can be responsible for at least 1/10 of their infrastructure then.
there we go. That sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.